Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick. So, after I recorded audio, I updated my journal. I did some more writing. Monica ended up reading my old fanfic again. She got caught up to where I last was writing. And then we went to bed. Woke up at 10. I had started my period. I took some painkiller at 11, and then I rewrote a little bit of what I last wrote for my new fanfic. And then I went back to sleep. We both got up sometime around 6:30, had breakfast, and I was checking. It seems like my joint pain from my jaw is a lot less painful. I didn't have as much trouble chewing as I did the day before. It was still a bit of a hassle though. I resumed work on the script, and I got into a problem with it. I'm trying to figure out how to get myself out. In fact, I got so frustrated with it, I just got off at 8:40 because I couldn't think of what to do. I even tried to record myself trying to re-brainstorm it, and I kept getting stuck because my brain kept doing two things. My brain was focusing on the order in which everything had happened, while my brain was trying to jump to the things that need to happen. And I got so frustrated, I ended up going straight to bed. So I rested for a little while. Monica came and joined me. Afterward, I got out of bed and I did a little bit of writing. We ate lunch at 11:50. We walked around for 30 minutes. And then at 1, we read through all of our books that we brought. Monica ended up not liking the two big books that we brought back. The writing for both of the books that we chose was extremely clunky. The book that Monica chose had a habit of info dumping in the middle of important scenes, so that way your attention was constantly getting stolen away. Meanwhile, my book that I chose, the character just she was so unenthusiastic, and we both couldn't stand that. So yeah. So we stopped at 2:24. Monica left for the library to get rid of the books, and she also hit Vaughn's and got some food. She just got back right now. I spent the entire time scanning and printing everything I was working on, and I have one more thing to print, and once I'm done with it, I'm going to switch motives. I don't know what to do right now because Monica's watching her favorite YouTuber. So once I'm done, I'm going to start editing the audio because this is the last audio file. I have lots of things I need to color. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to do all this because she's going to be watching the computer with me. So best case scenario, if I can't sleep tonight, I'm going to see if I can try to get some things done. I don't really know though. The only time I was able to stay on course with the video releases is when I was up at night working on the audio, and I need to see if I can do that because I just haven't been feeling myself lately. I mean, first off, I feel aside from the joint pain, and then my period is making me feel like I'm stupid because that always happens every time I'm on my period. I can't critical think as well, and I wonder how it's related, but I know it's related. So the best thing I could possibly think to do when I get a chance to is to plot outline chapter 122, as in the rising action, falling action, etc. I need to replot that out, trying to figure out how to get to the destination I need with the conversation because I'm just not getting there. The conversation is supposed to end with everybody realizing that Pasha is purposefully withholding information from them, and it's specifically Fuyar's information. And in order for them to get that information, they're going to have to get through him, and Simon has a problem with that. So in order to establish that, I need to have one of the characters come out and ask Loris who is the hearsay that they're getting all of he's getting all of Fuyar's information about, because Fuyar's not there to stand up for himself. The only people who can stand up for Fuyar right now are Pasha and Loris. So we'll have to see how that goes. Other than that, is there anything else that's on my mind besides having to edit all the audio? I want the audio out of the way as soon as possible. I don't want to be worrying about it later. I want to get a second chance to work on the script before my appointment. Hopefully, maybe best case scenario, I'm going to end up working on it during the appointment. Any day now, possibly past Christmas, if not before Christmas. We are expecting to see the second half of Twisted Wonderland's 5th chapter. Don't really know when that's going to happen. They just said it's going to come in late December. I'm trying to figure out how I feel, because like I have a prediction of what's going to happen, and Monica doesn't think it's going to happen, but I feel like I'm in this state of like, they've already set this up. If they don't go and use this idea that they brought up earlier about having a, what's it called, a Vocaloiding yourself, and because they mentioned in the beginning of this chapter, they don't end up Vocaloiding themselves as the solution. I don't know what villain's going to get mad about. Alrighty then. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So after I record audio, we watched YouTube together until 5. Did a little writing, got off and went straight to bed. We both woke up at 10 and we prepared to leave for the laundromat. I decided to bring the last of the 4-panel comics to work on, and I set up my bag. And then we went straight to sleep afterward. I woke up at 4:50. Monica got up at 5. We dressed to leave for the laundromat, ate a quick breakfast, and then we left at 5:36. I worked on the last 4-panel comics. I rewrote a little bit of that new fanfic I'm working on. We got home at 7:20. I looked over my recordings, and that's when I realized I did not have 2 audio files for Saturday. I only had one. It was the second half of it. So I was like, shit, I have to go back and re-record Saturday completely. So yeah, it was a good thing that Saturday wasn't that long ago. I had 7 days of recordings. That means Sunday I have to save for the next 6 audio files. This would be the second one. So that's annoying. We ended up leaving for Walmart at 8 after Monica was done hanging up all the laundry. We were trying to get a red velvet cake for Christmas, but they didn't have any red velvet whole cakes or the big cupcakes. And the problem is that we left so early in the morning that the person who was stocking the cakes was still there stocking them. So I was like telling Monica, if we had only like shown up a few hours later, or if we had only showed up the day after, we probably would have had a chance at getting an actual cake. So I don't know. I did try to look at her, the woman who was stocking the cakes. I tried to look at her shelvings, and she did have red velvet cupcakes. And Monica pointed out that we couldn't determine whether or not the cupcakes had stickers, as in sale stickers on them, because they have to be stickered first before they can sell them. So we ended up just leaving with tiny cupcakes. They had only tiny little red velvet cupcakes. So yeah, on the way there and back, I found a total of 7 pennies, but I only managed to pick up 4 of them. So 3 of those pennies I had to leave behind, which I'm still upset about, but like, okay, pennies are in abundance. I can like literally leave the house and wander around and find 3 more pennies or whatever if I absolutely need them. So yeah. Other than that, we got home sometime before 9. We ended up eating rigatoni because we bought some while we were there, and I ended up going back on and I did the audio, and I was coloring in Fouillard's pictures for his illustrations. Monica made chicken, and then I ended up getting off at 10:30 because I was ready to take a bath, and I knew Monica had been done with the chicken for at least an hour by that point or so. Or maybe it was a half an hour. I don't know. I didn't keep track of how long she was working on it. All I know is that she was in a bad mood and she abruptly canceled because her schizophrenia, she was mad at her second person that she occasionally talks to. So she didn't want to take a bath. I was like, fuck. Okay. So I ended up writing that new fanfic. And then we ate lunch together. And at 2 p.m., while she was, doing the lunch, she was making lunch, I re-recorded the Saturday recording, and then after that she was in a better mood and she didn't mind taking a shower. So we went to go do that. And while we were in the shower together, I realized I missed a phone call. It was the UCI wanted to remind me of my appointment on Wednesday. Still too early to worry about it though. Other than that, what else happened? So Monica was telling me that Ringdoll posted up this alert saying that they were going to discontinue a whole bunch of dolls, and like amongst them was that doll I recently said I didn't want anymore. Aoni's Fost version. I ended up deciding to pass on him. They're going to discontinue him in April. They're also getting rid of this other doll Monica wanted named Joy. She was MSD, and I'm like, I play with the idea maybe we should get her because Monica really wanted her, but at the same time I also feel like I don't know, I don't really feel like I'm up to this decision right now. So I was like, okay, if this is what's happening with Ringdoll, what's Angel Studio doing? So I ended up going to Angel Studio's Japanese Twitter. I think it's their Japanese Twitter. I don't know, maybe it's their Chinese Twitter. I'm not sure. All I know is I went to their Twitter account and I found they are getting rid of specific dolls on the 31st of January next year. But it's just old Chinese princess dolls. And two of them upset me because this is the same doll. It was I think it's pronounced Shishi. I don't know. Jishi? I think. I'm not quite sure. I think words that start with X are either pronounced she or Ji, I think. So I think her name is Jishi. I don't know. All I know is that, or maybe it's Ji, she. I just don't know how her name is pronounced. She's been around for a while. I originally liked her. She was the girl I liked from their store after Cinderella. I don't really care for Cinderella as much anymore. Cinderella's face mold looks very dated now because like it's a very old face mold. Other than that, I'm totally 100% Princess Shangping. So I'm like, I don't really want to care about Jishi, but I kind of do care about Jishi still. So I'm like, I don't know about this. So yeah, I'm just gonna forget it for now. Other than that, what else happened? So, like I said, after we got out of the bathroom, I ended up going back on. I completed I think 2 to 3 audio files. I'm not really sure. So I'm like in the middle of my recording sessions. I left off on Thursday, so I still have to do Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But I'm just tired right now because like. I've been awake since 4:50, so like I need to go to sleep. I need to go fucking sleep. I'm so tired. The only other thing that happened is that we finally finished the chocolate almonds that we bought, and I actually didn't have that much trouble chewing them. Like not like the first day when I first hurt my jaw. It was a pain in the ass to try to eat them, but like I managed to like eat them without having to struggle to eat them. So we still have a few days until Christmas. I don't know if Monica has any more plans that she wants to do. We've been talking about going back to Brea to get things that we didn't get last time, but we also feel kind of torn because there are other things that we also want to get. Monica wants to get another USB adapter thing for the memory cards in case something happens, because she already broke her USB adapter thing for the side of her computer. I think she also messed up her memory card hole underneath the computer. I don't know. I'm like, that concerns me because I also use that thing like crazy for my memory card, and like I've already had the computer for like 2 or 3 years now, and I think it's just 2 years now, and like I don't know when that's gonna shit out for me. So like I think it's important if we get 2 of those, and if we do, I think we should use the Amazon gift card for that, even though I really wanted to use a gift card to get ink. I don't know how it's going to work out for us, though. I need to talk to her about it. But yeah, we said if we did go back to Brea, I wanted to get stuff from the Disney store, but oh my god, their shit is so fucking expensive. Like, I think if I go, I'm going to probably spend up to like $60 to $70 just getting 3 things. I'm like, oh fucking god, why is Disney stuff so fucking expensive? But like, I wanted to get another Sorcerer Mickey doll. I wanted to get Jasmine and Snow White. It just upsets me because I do like many other characters. The problem is I just don't like the face molds. And we're passing up on Pocahontas and Mulan because they haven't had pretty dolls since the Mattel versions of them from when the movies were new. So, yeah, I just... Is there anything else that's on my mind? I figure that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I did not do anything of significance besides working on the 4-panel comics. I didn't do anything else. We didn't do any reading. I'm sorely behind. I need to fucking put my nose to the rhinestone tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one. Alrighty. It is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So after I record audio, Monica came to join me, and she read the last completed installment for my new fanfic. So right now she's pretty much currently caught up to me. I'm still in the middle of finishing the next section, and like I'm almost to the middle of this book and I have not gotten to the point yet. And this makes me so upset because like this character is going to be dreading reading this book, but he's not going to be able to read the book until his second year of school, and I'm in the process of establishing his relationship with the love interest so that way the book can jeopardize it later. So I'm like, ugh, it's taking forever. I don't even think I'm going to get to the book in this specific story. Oh man. In the meanwhile, we ended up going to bed at like, I think it was 5:20. I don't know how long it took me to fall asleep. All I know is that I woke up and I laid around for a long time, and then I got out of bed at 5:30 the next morning. So I'm like, I guess I was probably awake between like 3 or 4 o'clock because I was just laying there for a long while. I resumed editing audio. I completed a bunch of illustrations. 2 of them were for one of them was all the minis, and I wanted to do the 4-panel comic that I hadn't finished last week, but I couldn't concentrate on that and the audio at the same time. Monica came to join me, and then she reminded me that I didn't pay the AT&T bill because the last time I checked it hadn't come in yet, so I went to go do that really fast. I finished the audio. I got off at 7:40 to compress my video. I wrote more of the new fanfic, so I'm only one page away from finishing the current installment, but I want to at least get through and 4 or 5 more of those, but it just takes forever to do one chapter because every time I forget a small detail, I have to go back, erase everything, and then reinsert that detail, and then try to remember what I just erased. And I'm purposefully trying not to preserve what I'm erasing, so that way I can kind of condense it. But I also feel like the condensed versions are never as good as the first time I wrote that thing I just erased. So it's like fuck. So Monica ended up getting off. I don't know what time she got off. She was in bed, and then after a point, she got up and she decided to read. So she read more of the second book for Leia. In this story, they were on their way to where her brother lives, and the family he lives with in this country. And the man, I figure the guy who owns the house, ended up feeding her these nutworms, and the punchline was her brother wasn't even brave enough to eat that, and she felt pressured to eat it because she had just had a courage wish bracelet. Even though she had courage, it's not doing anything for her in this book. The last thing that we read is she accidentally fell into this river full of piranha. And the guy had to explain to her that piranha are not as dangerous as the world makes them out to be. They're actually not as feisty. And the ones that were remembered for being feisty were starved intentionally just to be impressive looking. And so she was kind of upset about that. Other than that, after we read Leia, we ended up taking a break sometime around 11. We ate lunch, and then we walked around for 30 minutes, and then we went back on the computer. I loaded my video. I finished that one 4-panel comic I wanted to put text on. And then I started setting up the line art that I had finished while Monica was reading, and I'm stuck on this one extra for LaBelle and Philippe. I don't like the picture I chose for Philippe because that was actually a recycled picture I originally was intending on using, but I already recycled it twice, so I felt stupid to recycle it a third time. So I was like, I need to come up with another picture. The picture I used for LaBelle, though, I believe I only used that picture once, so I'm fine with recycling it again. So yeah. Other than that, I got tired and I got off sometime around like 1:12. So I decided to record audio early. So I believe this is the third audio file. I'm trying to remember because now I'm behind. So my video is up. I don't remember if I mentioned that. So what do I need to do? What else do I need to do? I kind of want to go back to working on the fanfic because I just want to get through this section and I'm really into the pairing. But other than that, I haven't gone back to the old fanfic because I had switched over to the girlfriend. And the worst part is I haven't gone back to chapter 122, which I really need to get back to that because we're going to go back to the series very soon. I don't have a big enough buffer to cover me while I'm working on the extras. So I'm trying to think of like what day I can work on it because like I was thinking about doing it tomorrow because the biggest thing I have tomorrow is that my doctor's gonna call me and I have to tell her everything that I've been through and like lie that I bought a wrist brace because I never actually got one. They couldn't cover it for me because it was so cheap, but I didn't want to waste the money getting it. So I'm like, okay, I have to figure out what to tell her about that. Also, I haven't felt that burning sensation in my finger. I have felt a worn sensation because I have been doing a lot of writing, but like I haven't been feeling a burning sensation. So I need to talk to her about that, but I don't know. I have to like get down something to say so I don't forget it later. Like actually write something down. Other than that, is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else of importance? Honestly, nothing is coming to mind at the moment. We said we would play the new board games that the front office gave us, and like I just don't feel like it right now. Part of me is just way too tired. Even though I want to write right now, I felt way too tired. I should probably take a nap or something. Because like I said, I don't remember what time I woke up. I bet it was probably between 3 or 4. Because like I'm pretty tired right now. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So, after I recorded audio, Monica left to go get some Burger King, and then when she got back, we ate dinner. I tried to brainstorm through chapter 122 in my head, and I didn't end up getting a final recording of what I wanted to have happen, so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have to do it tomorrow, because I'm still trying to finish that script. I don't want to have to stop everything I'm doing, but like I don't want to end up in a situation where we don't have any scripts to do after chapter 121. So she got home before I finished recording. We ate dinner and then we went to bed like a while after. I don't know what time I woke up. I think it was between 3 and 4. We got out of bed at 6. We ate a small breakfast and then we checked our accounts and then we left to go get water and groceries from Albertsons at 6:13. We got back sometime around 8 and I went to work on the script again. So my new outline is much more bulletproof. Laura seems like 1,000 times less of an asshole than the first version of it. He's being more formal. But I didn't get very far because like I had an appointment at 10:40, so I got off at 9:40. I ended up writing my new fanfic and then I got my phone call early. She called me like 5 minutes early. So I told her about everything that happened, but except for the part where I woke up with vertigo, I completely forgot about that. It didn't occur to me until after the conversation. She didn't really have very much to tell me, just that to call to make another appointment later in the future. And I don't know if her people were supposed to call me or if I was supposed to call them. I've been waiting for a call, so I assume that maybe eventually she'll have her scheduler call me again. I don't know. We'll have to see. Other than that, I stopped sometime around like 11:30. Monica made lunch, so we ate. We walked around for 40 minutes. We weren't trying to. It's just that we lost track of time, and we were too busy just like talking. So we walked around for 40 minutes. We stopped at 1. We read a little bit into Leia's second book. In this book, she tried to get her brother to disturb an ant hill. All these ants crawling all over each other is disgusting. Yeah, it was really gross, and then she felt bad, and it's the whole 2 chapters about her redeeming herself from that point, because she was trying to get photos for her blog about being there in being there in the rainforest, but like she couldn't find any animals. So she eventually found some. They helped her find some so she could take pictures of them. We ate dinner sometime around like 2 or 3, and now I'm recording audio. So this is what I need to do. At some point, I need to get back to the computer and work on the script some more. I'm thinking about doing a little bit of that. If not tonight, then tomorrow. I kind of want to go back on tonight, but at this exact moment right now, I'm actually pretty tired. I have not really progressed my new fanfic very far. Also haven't gotten back to the other fanfic, the old one. I do want to do a little bit of that. We only have like 2 weeks left. This week is almost over. We only have like 3 days left of it, and 2 of those days are Christmas days. So yeah, I need to get the script done before the end of this week, so that way I can turn it into scripts for later, and then I'll try to like finish whatever I have mostly done of everything else for the following week. And like I'm kind of mad because like this entire month went by and like not enough things happened, and like I don't even know like why, what was the cause of it. It's just besides the fact that I suddenly started doing the fanfics. I just didn't feel like it because most of the time I felt sick, and I felt like that's where I went from feeling like I wanted to work to I want to do something fun instead, and it just I don't know if I can make it. I feel like every time I'm always left feeling like I don't know if I'm gonna make it, and this time I have more time to finish the extras than before, so I shouldn't really worry about it too much. Is there anything else that's on my mind? This is the 4th recording, I believe. So I'm just trying to keep track because I'm still waiting to have to do it again since I'm all out of whack now. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No? Alright then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, Christmas Eve, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. So after recorded audio, we both got in bed. We tried to sleep, but we were both still awake by 5. So I was like, hey, let's go back on. So I went back on and I ended up playing videos. We watched a bunch of videos together, and I colored up until like 6:22. I don't remember what I was working on last and how far I got into it. Not really. I think I'm almost done with Taggart's old picture, so I need at some point to draw headshots for it. I haven't worked on that yet. So we went back to sleep. I don't know how long we were sleeping. All I know is that I think I woke up between 1 and 2 because I remember laying in bed for like hours, and by the time that I look at the time, it was sometime around 4. So by the time I got out of bed, it just barely turned 5. So I resumed working on the script for chapter 122. It took a lot of maneuvering around, but I actually managed to get it done. However, there's a few things that I'm a little wary about. You see, there was supposed to be somewhat of a confrontational situation between Simon and Pasha, and I don't think it ever got across. So a part of me feels like I have 2 choices. I could just proceed as is because I'm crunching for time, or I could try one more time to try to up the confrontation. I don't know. Maybe I can insert it into the next chapter, but I already have the plan out for the next chapter. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to go back on that, or if I want to try to, just function as it is, because I feel like Simon is upset about the way things are, but at the same time, I don't really feel like there's much going on as far as what he needs to be upset about, because like he was supposed to say something to offend Pasha, and that thing that was that was supposed to be said never got said. So I'm like, I don't know about it. For now, I just keep feeling like I should just leave it, because like he never. As in Loris never ends up questioning the 3 most important people in the Hurricane Brigade that Puer has close relationships with, and because he never does that, the offending part never happens. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure this out. If I end up thinking of something while I'm laying in bed tonight, I'll go for it, but like if I don't think of anything, I'm just going to do the script as is in the meanwhile. So Monica joined me at 6. We ended up eating breakfast together. She ended up coloring in this one thing I was line arting yesterday. I actually stopped and I set it up for her. I ended up getting off sometime around like 8:30. Took a break. I wrote a bunch of stuff for the new fanfic. I finally got out of the current scene. I went on to the next scene. I wrote up until 11. I forgot what time Monica got off, but like she ended up just laying in bed until 11. We ate lunch. We walked around for 30 minutes. We rested until 2:30, and we decided to read a little bit more of Leia's second book. In this book, she ended up discovering a helpless baby sloth, and she and her brother are trying to figure out how to get it some help. So that's where we left off. We don't have very many chapters left until the end of the story. I can't remember if we read one chapter or two chapters. They're not very long, but sometimes the subjects just drag, so it just feels like it takes forever. So it's 3 o'clock right now. I think this is the 5th recording. I can't remember if it was the 4th or 5th recording. So tomorrow is Christmas. We have a few things set up for tomorrow. We're trying not to go anywhere. The weather's getting worse. It's been windy. It's going to rain at some point. I don't remember what day it was supposed to rain, but like we've been trying mostly to stay inside, and I'm trying more or less to like just enjoy the holiday. I haven't gotten much done today as is, besides the script. I didn't do much for coloring. I didn't do much for line arting. I did finish one line art, like this is really easy line art, and that's it. Other than that, I think by I don't know if I want to work on Friday. I think probably by Saturday I'm probably going to be like trying to cram through everything that's not done yet as fast as possible, because like I just have a few things that I just need to complete, and like I just been like dawdling on it. But I also have some things that can definitely be done like right away, and I should just finish those already. So it's for example, Windows profile, all the character poll results. What else is there? I also need to start proofreading, so that's important too. Not all the assets are ready yet. Monica has passed me back something. I'll try to see if I can get some stuff done tomorrow, but I also want to cram through the remainder of chapter 123 and see just to see like if I can progress from that point. I just don't know. I'm like, I have to think about it. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alright then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, Christmas Day. I'm not sure if I should bother going back to Thursday, since the only thing that happened after I recorded audio was that I did some writing and then we both went to sleep. I guess we woke up sometime around 2 or 3. Monica got out of bed sometime around like 4-ish, almost 5, to do some writing. I browsed my phone, and then I got out of bed at 5:30. We took a shower. We got out of the bath at like 6:30, and then we ate breakfast. I did some coloring. We watched YouTube, and then at 9, Monica decided to go to sleep because she was tired. I ended up coloring up until 10, and then I got off and I did the storyboard for chapter 122. I have a lot of points in the script I need to edit because I just wasn't clear enough the first time, and these points should make it a bit clearer. I managed to finish sometime around lunchtime. We had the cider, we ate pizza, and then we walked around for 30 minutes. We read 3 more chapters into Leia's second book, and then while she was reading, I ended up working on the extras, so I ended up line arting one 4-panel comic. I ended up working on the drafts for, I think, another one. I still have one left to do, but like it's kind of incomprehensible, so I didn't have enough brain power to finish working on it. After that, we took photos for Christmas for Monica's Facebook, and then we split up. She went to go put it up on Facebook, and then I wrote my new fanfic up until like 4:40. So this is the 6th recording, I believe. I have to edit audio tomorrow. I don't know if I can get any of that done tonight because I'm tired right now, even though we didn't really do anything. Not really. Other than that, we didn't have very much planned for the rest of this week. We're going to run out of food on, I think she said it was Monday. We're going to run out of food. So we're going to be starving for like about 3 days, I believe. I don't know how long. All I know is that we have nothing really planned for that up until money comes in. So we're going to have to see how that works out. Other than that, Christmas was a very lazy time. I didn't fucking work on much. I mean, I did work on some things, but most things didn't get done. The only other thing that happened was that I went back to Harmonia Bloom. They announced their final Christmas announcement was a Disney collab. So they're doing Cinderella, and I don't give a fuck because I don't like Cinderella. I like Snow White. So call me if they do Snow White. But every time they do, Disney princesses, they usually only do the popular ones like Belle, Aurora, and Ariel, etc. So I don't expect them to do Snow White, but if they do, I want to see how they do her first and see if she looks any good. Other than that, is there anything else that's on my mind? This year's almost over, and I have not made a new graphic for my audio blog yet, so I have to do that. I'll get to it eventually. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one.